This is not the only contribution from this team of reporters to the last program of the season. Here comes another very interesting story, and it's about tourism, but very specific tourism. Judge for yourselves. Bird-watching tourism, or evi-tourism, which refers to travel where the main purpose is to observe birds in their natural habitat, is growing rapidly all over the world. Globally, around 3 million international trips are dedicated to bird-watching every year. This niche tourism is estimated as one of the most highly profitable. In addition, the expectation is that this niche market will recover relatively fast when COVID-19 restrictions decrease. Considering all this, we took an interest into this tourism direction in Georgia, and we're glad to find out that foreign tourists even have their must-see list in Georgia, which is known as Caucasian Big Five. The number of bird watchers in Georgia has increased tenfold during recent decades. However, like in other countries, the lack of knowledgeable guides and poaching remains the main challenge of this niche tourism in Georgia.
Georgia is a home of around 400 species of birds, and many tourists, especially from Europe, travel here for one particular reason: to watch the birds. Moreover, there is a so-called Big Five of Caucasian birds, which is must-see among foreign birdwatchers traveling to Georgia.
We have these endemic birds, which is Caucasian black grouse, Caucasian snowcock, Guldenstadt's redstart, great rosefinch, and mountain chiffchaff. These birds are rare birds in general and can be seen alongside the Caucasus Mountains. So Georgia is one of the best options to go and to find these birds.
Rajebashvili is involved in birdwatching tourism from 2004. In his words, since that time, the number of tourists traveling to Georgia for that particular reason has increased tenfold. In addition, he emphasized that birdwatching generates much more to the economy than other directions of tourism.
This tourism is for middle income or rich people. In general, it is quite expensive to compare to other tours like cultural tours. So they are quite highly spenders. This is one, and another is very often we stay in rural places, in places where people don't get many customers anyway. So it's more like where it's working very well for like regional level. So like I'm sure that it will erase some cash flow from these people, yeah, who are going and staying there. So it's, yeah, exactly, I don't have any figures to tell, but I can say that since 2004 at least we are getting 10 times more people than we used to.
Similar to the other countries that are popular with birdwatching, the main challenges faced by birding in Georgia is the lack of qualified guides and poaching. If we don't maintain the birds' population in high number, we will not manage to attract tourists visiting Georgia for birding, says Natia, Javakhishvili, director at SABUKO.
Guides are a big problem, really, because people don't become interested in bird watching. And when bird watchers come to Georgia, they do not want to see only, they usually want to see some specific birds that they already know that it's in Georgia, so I come here to see this bird, and the guide should be able to find the bird for the tour and to show it, to find it with scope or with eye or binocular, but should be able to have well-developed birdwatching skills like eye sighting or ears, so that they can hear some songs and they can say, okay, now we are following the bird song and we can find it. If we do not maintain the birds populations in a high numbers, this will become even more and more difficult to bring tourists and to find the bird, because that's the only purpose they come for. And that's the really important thing. So if poaching is continued in the same level, if habitat destruction has the same is continued in a same direction, and if there are no enough places for birds to sing, of course this will decrease the birds in the number, and in the end we will not have anything to show the tourists.